Hello, good afternoon. I am Thomasin PA2066. Today is 16th of May 2023. I would like to carry on a topic on the frequently asked question. Who is a negotiator? A lot of time, people in the field, public at large, doesn't take the salesperson's name as a negotiator. So normally, public would know that they are the salespeople, but then why the name negotiator came about is quite peculiar in the sense that the industry at one time wanted the salespersons for real estate to be classified under a different category. So there were a few names expected that the executives, sales executive or real estate sales executive being used. In Singapore, the similar types of job is actually called real estate salespersons. So in Malaysia, we have this term called negotiator. So it's quite a peculiar name. However, let me dive in today for a discussion on why negotiators are here and their role in their job. Let me begin. Hi, welcome to my channel. Today, 16th of May 2023. I'm Thomasin PA2066. This topic, video taking 155, frequently asked question in real estate. Episode 7, who is a negotiator? So the background of the purpose of this video taking is to address the issue that public at large thinks of a negotiator as a salesperson, and why there is such a term negotiator being used. Let me begin. So there are common questions asked by the new negotiators that why they need to be called as a real estate negotiator. As like my auntie, uncle, brokers, they've been doing this job for broker term as in an agent for so many years, and they were never called a negotiator. So there are some people in the market that thinks that the negotiator name is indeed not a glamorous name for their job. So they will rather be called an agent, which is sometimes like agent James Bond, killer agent. So they don't want to be associated with real estate negotiator, such a name. So this is a certain mentality. And also the negotiator coming with a rent tag and a rent number. Many are not so happy about it being regulated. They think that this job as a sales person for the real estate should be a business. So it should be given special right as anyone want to do this job is their right, their birth right, that this should not be regulated. So they are thinking that why should I advertise and be regulated of my advertisement. So they say, who cares about the regulatory body? Then no action is taken, no enforcement is also being carried out. So this is sometimes also made worse by the agency firms and the developer simply engaging anyone out there to do the job. So it ends up that the profession of a negotiator is not getting respected like it should be. And another group of people would say that, well, if I'm selling my house, my own house, what is the problem? I'm not a negotiator. Also, they probably do not understand that the purpose of the law to regulate this position of a salesperson is for a reason. There is a key reason, and as an owner of the get it sold, you can do advertisement as you like because the property is yours. You do not need to be under the regulation as like a negotiator. So it's your house, you can do selling, engaging in any transaction as you like. So the law, the regulation regulating a negotiator is basically for the purpose to protect the public. So if you are the owner, you can decide the house to be sold, then there is no issue that the public can come forward and get in touch with you. Because you are the owner, you can decide to sell or not to sell. But as a negotiator, a salesperson who is in between intermediary, he cannot decide for the property. Is not his belonging. So therefore, this law governs anyone who is not under the section 22C, especially the part 2 the sub part 2, which says that if you are under these 4 types of category, then this law allows you to sell the property on your own. So one is the owner. If you are owner on your own, selling it yourself, then there is no problem. If you are an auctioneer, you are holding an auction license or permit, then you are able to carry out selling. If you are power of attorney, you are given the power of attorney, then you can represent and sell without having to comply. And the 4th, which is now we are talking the negotiator. If you are a negotiator, then you are under the law given this job by your registered estate agent to carry out estate agency practice. So this is the background of the law. Let us go in now. The land law and all the associated law that governs the transaction of the land. So how it affects you. Disclaimer, consult your lawyer as a material presented here does not constitute legal advice. I am not a lawyer. So this part just for your knowledge. If you really need to carry out certain action or you need to carry out certain decision that requires consultation with a lawyer, please do. So the legal position, as we said just now, the real estate negotiator came about, in fact, much earlier, 2014. I sat for the exam, it was already with the negotiator. So it apparently started around earlier than that, maybe 2004, 2005. They were talking about establishing this negotiator registration. So probably the first negotiator registered was nearly 2010. So it has been around more than 10 years that this negotiator thing came about. However, earlier on it was under sub-agent as in Contract Act. So only in 2018 amendment to the Valuer, Appraiser, Estate Agent and Property Managers Act 1981 on the Amendment 2017 year end, which was gazetted 2018, that included the 22C subsection 2 and subsection D, which says that a negotiator may assist a registered agent in the estate agency practice, and inserted also the subsection 2A under section 22C, which says that for the purpose of paragraph 2D above, a negotiator means a person who is employed by a registered agent to assist him in the estate agency practice. So this is the law that's now qualify a position of a negotiator for the job of salesperson assisting the selling the estate agency practice, who is not the owner of the property. So non-legal part of the negotiator in the business of estate agency practice. So this is my objective of doing this presentation. As we understand the legal part, it actually most people on the street may not want to understand this legal part of the law, because to them, as I mentioned in the beginning of the talk, is that well, my auntie, my uncle has been doing the job, and we see no problem if it's not even regulated. It doesn't need to be regulated. So this is the part that I want to maybe put it as a non-legal part of the rent in the business of estate agency practice. So the issue at hand and the argument that we are looking at is, if a person, a salesperson, is not regulated, so that means this profession is not regulated, what would happen? I want to use the example of a bus company. So before we do that, we just want to maybe insert in some of the misinterpretation or concept of being abused by the profession and as well as the person of interest. So this we put it as a blur area it's a glamorous job. It's like real estate salespeople are making lots of money, so it's a glamorous job and clouds of glamour. Also, you can see a lot of time you see promotion of recruitment, how to recruit the negotiator, who is who, their top sales, whatever they make huge money and prices, success in the social media. So this part is making the profession very much misunderstood also by the public. The RAN are calling themselves registered RAN and licensed RAN or professional RAN. Many titles. Some actually call themselves managing director. Some call themselves chief executive officer of the company. So these are abuses which happens in the trade. And when you see one negotiator as a salesperson taking his cut, sometimes you get shock of your life that he seems to be president of some company or president of some association. So this is something I want to explain. In the circular issued by the board of valuer appraiser, estate agent and property managers, the negotiators can only be called either a negotiator or a senior negotiator. So either the business card carries the name as a real estate negotiator or a senior real estate negotiator. So this part I want to issue you this circular. Circular by board. It's a circular 11/22. So this stroke 22 means year 2022. On the 9th of May 2022, the board issue out this circular, and this is actually recollect what was earlier on circulated before. So circular on 10th of 95 dated 20th of December 1995 refers. In that 1995 circular, it was already saying that a negotiator should only be called a negotiator and another possible senior negotiator only, cannot be called any other name. So as a reminder to all the registered estate agents, the board also wishes to reiterate that negotiators should at all times be employed by the registered estate agent directly under their control and not on a loose attachment or affiliation. It also touched on the fact that there are some negotiators who list the license, list the registered estate agent's license. So the board also wishes to warn registered estate agents that disciplinary action will be taken against any registered estate agent who is found to have subleased his authority to practice. So this issue of subleasing has been around for a long time, and it's also the reason that you see a business card of the negotiator carrying the name as managing director or chief executive officer. So the fact is some of the establishments of the agency is actually with the intention of being subleased to the negotiator. So the negotiator in fact is in the day in day out running of the job, and the registered agent in fact is a sleeping partner. So this is the problem. So in the sad scenario of the profession, there are some people who are registered agent but set up the company and let their negotiator run the company as if it is the negotiator's company. So this is one thing. Registered firm, when they have a negotiator, is only to be called as a negotiator or a senior negotiator only. So in the confusion, what exactly is the negotiator? So this is the part that I mentioned. I want to use the example of a bus company. I want to show you in this video taking. So a bus, a train, an airplane will be easier to understand. So we now see the situation here. On the top is a firm, estate agency firm, and then you have the registered estate agent who operate the firm, and you have the negotiator who are the sales people, and then interacting with the public. So this is the understanding of by system of the hierarchy and also by the law. However, if you think about from the aspect of a passenger looking for a bus, well, I want to travel to a destination, then I want to buy a bus ticket. So how to book your bus ticket? So this is one thing I want to use as an analogy in today's scenario of estate agency practice. So you know that there are some bus companies or bus setup, they say that they can actually have appointment or engagement with a third-party agent. In fact, for airplane as well, AirAsia can sell its ticket to a app company, a company that operate the app application in the handphone. So this app company, big app company, actually help AirAsia to sell its tickets, air tickets. So you can become an agent of online bus ticket booking. And here it says highlights 4,000 over operator selected government RTCs, dedicated support, create sub-agents. So this is under this particular email and number plus 91. It's not a Malaysian business. So this bus company, if you think about it, is something like a real estate agency firm, and you have the agents who are actually selling the bus ticket. So selling the agency's product. Agency's product will be the agency's listing. So in case that they use the analogy, so this bus is actually the agency, and there are people that help to sell whatever the a listing in this agency. So here you say become a distributor of an online bus ticket booking. So it's like just now, it's now online already. You can buy bus ticket. So if you think about it as a ticket agent, now this picture shows that in the old days, if you are now 40 to 50 years old, you can still see in the old days when you were school student, you take your bus and then you see this bus attendant selling tickets. So if you think about it, actually the bus attendant is the negotiator. So he is selling a ticket to you so that you actually take the bus and get the service from the bus. And this service is, in the case of an agency, is selling or advertising your property. So the property is as a listing is being sold by agency, but the person who attends to you is the negotiator, and the negotiator in this case is the ticket agent. So when ticket agent actually over a time, they could not employ this person to do the ticket selling, so they have buses that actually the driver himself takes the change and make as two job. He himself is the driver as well as the ticket agent. So this means that in a small company, let's say you do not have a negotiator, then as a registered agent, or you are the firm owner, you are driving the company, then you also do sales yourself. So this is a case of registered estate agent in a small agency firm doing selling himself. Of course, in today's scenario, all these are overtaken by technology. So what we want to emphasize here is, if you think about the bus ticket, so what do you need? Actually the ticket. So the issue in a bus company or bus business scenario is that there will be fake tickets, especially now in the case of people going back during Hari Raya or during peak seasons. You know that the scam party, third party, that means scam party, con men, they would buy the tickets and then they resell the tickets. Some of these tickets actually are duplicates, so the fake tickets, and they are fake agents. Fake agent means that they are con men, the selling tickets during the time where you want to go back for holiday or want to go back for Chinese New Year, Hari Raya, or Deepavali. All these are opportunity for the scammers to come forward and make short money, quick and fast, easy money. So there is no protection of passengers' money. You're buying a ticket, you are not sure whether this ticket is actually genuine, and therefore you have disappearing agent, disappearing bus, sometimes even disappearing bus company. So they print their bus tickets, and then later on actually you found out that there is no such bus company. So this is something which is happening in fact in the real estate scenario, where you do not have the listing and yet you are making a booking. So public is cheated for making booking and making down payment deposits on a property that is a fake property. So this is why the law is there to regulate the industry, to regulate the agency practices, and therefore similar to bus companies, they are regulated by the Transport Ministry to ensure that publics are protected. So this is similar in the case of comparing to a agency with analogy of a bus company. Why you only want a genuine ticket and you want a ticket that is valid is because public wants to make sure they are traveling on time. They can verify with the company that the bus is regulated, the company is regulated, not simply hike up price or simply just overload the passengers, and the drivers are regulated for the fact. Also, you heard that the drivers can be drug addicts, and then they get high and get involved with the accident. So bus routes also are regulated for the reason that they don't want to go into issues of dangerous routes or routes that may be congested or whatever reason that there is too much competition and then people get involved with uncontrolled crowds. So all these are safety issues. So regular checking as well as regular roadblocks are supposed to enhance the service of the transport buses. So if you think about it, actually why is real estate being regulated is similar to bus. Safety is a safety of the public, is to protect the public from being cheated in the case of a passenger being cheated, and the bus company being regulated also to enhance the running of the safety of the road and also other road users. So if you have regulation and the regulation can enhance the industry, that would be bringing benefit to the industry as a whole. So it's not just that your auntie or uncle can do for many years, that it doesn't need to be registered or being enforced by the law. In fact, in Kampong, a lot of bus also never been registered. They don't even have a road tax not being regulated by the road safety for the fact that there's not much of an issue. And but in the bigger city, in a situation where you can be cheated, then regulation should be in place. So this is a scenario that we are talking about. And the challenge is, well, if you regulate, then you try to avoid this type of very tragic way of describing the bus can actually get involved in an accident and people die. So law of rent in assisting the agency is because the firm has to be there being regulated. So firm in this case is the bus company. The REA has to be there to really look after the buses. So the buses here needs a driver, a good driver to drive, and you have in agency also the client's account to safeguard the money of the client, and the system of indemnity insurance and all the other things to ensure that the industry operates safely. So the system is already in place and is for the benefit of the public. So the future challenges who is a rent is actually this similar to online system, which you can see from the earlier slides that I put. Online booking of the buses, you can get tickets online booking, no need to queue at the bus station. There is no hard copy ticket. Now you go to take AirAsia flights, you don't need to even have online ticket, so you can have it in your handphone, QR code, and you can book online, stress free and special offers. So we know that the online bus ticketing booking system already take over a lot of the conventional queue at the bus stand. And this is similar to what I'm going to give you a conclusion that the registered estate agency practice in the future would be also going through this evolution, whereby, of course, on one hand, trying to reduce the misleading advertisement, the part that I have spoken about in the earlier video. You can verify the person in the lppeh.gov.my, the search system, where you can see whether the person is registered with a number, or the firm is a registered firm, and also the registered estate agent or the probationary estate agent. And you can check the telephone number, check the registration number to verify if the person is qualified and registered, therefore fit to deal, so the public can verify. Similar of today's discussion, we are talking about bus as an analogy, and online bus ticket booking system is going in a revolution of our agency job, as a carry out our job in giving estate agency a future evolution into online system. At the end, we are talking about safety and prevention of fraud to safeguard the public. So I think that this analogy of bus company with the estate agency firms is quite a good example to highlight to those new ones who are coming to the industry, where is your position as a negotiator in the case of real estate negotiator for agency practice or agency in the real estate industry. Thank you. I am going through this again on the platform that I have designed, e-learning system for the board exam, advertising platform. I put it on the far two side, which is contracttoyou.com and findway.info, for the purpose of putting advertisement as a listing. And then I have my real estate videos all collected in my Real Property Online. Thank you very much for coming into my channel. I am Thomasin PA2066. This is my mobile number, and I have the website URL display for you to visit. Thank you for coming into my channel.